What's up? It is I. So I wanted to talk about Striden, the game I played yesterday, or the pre-alpha, since no one wants to consider it a game because it's not in a finished state. I got a lot of comments on my last video, some giving me fair criticisms and some not making much sense. First and foremost, I'd like to say I definitely came off very whiny in the video, and I feel like it was warranted on my part because I played the game before I decided to record and didn't get the point of the game. After facing dozens of bugs and crashes, I was pissed off, and fairly so. So I decided to showcase the time I was having while trying to play the game, which was a complete mess full of different bugs, crashing issues, and many other things. I didn't really get the point of the game, which I was called out for. I believe that's a pretty fair point. However, even after I took the time to try and understand the game, my opinion has not changed. I'd like to go through all the comments on the video quickly so we can get the chance to talk about all of this, because I do believe that this is a very interesting topic to delve into. I do agree I could have done a much better job in my last video, and I am very rough at the live commentary, whereas I'm much better at scripting. I feel after that video I've learned a lot, and I will put a lot of that into play for the next video. I'm listening to and responding to all of the comments, and I appreciate everyone voicing their concerns. It helps me as a creator to learn where I could do better. So let's get into this. The ego on an early access game is actually hilarious. I find it funny how showing a messy game and all of its bugs is apparently my ego talking. So this is my response. There's absolutely no ego involved. I'd still rather play Incursion Red River that's still in pre-alpha, but at least it's playable. I tried playing with friends and they had the same opinion as me. So if I have an ego, so does everyone else I know that has tried to play this. You can release a working pre-alpha and make it fun. The gameplay loop of both games is as boring, but at least one of them can say they're playable. Incursion Red River is mostly playable. I've had zero bugs, zero issues, and even watching creators, I never see them have any issues with it. If you want to call it ego because you're on my channel where I talk about and play games, that's perfectly fine, but remember, you're on my channel. Am I supposed to pretend to like the game for you to make it seem like I have less of an ego? At that rate, I'm just shilling bad games. I tried to play the game before recording and after recording, and my opinions still stand, and I'm sure the devs have the same feelings too. They need to finish it. As of right now, it's not playable for most, and it's a cluster of a bunch of random junk. It could definitely be an awesome game, but as of right now, everyone should agree it isn't. I don't understand what the logic is behind if somebody releases a pre-alpha game and other people play it and are having issues and they voice those issues, somehow it's an ego. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it doesn't make any sense for anybody in the community who's playing games. So if somebody does a gameplay and does a review or just a gameplay in general and are having many different issues, bugs, crashes, and all these other problems with Call of Duty, does that mean that they're having some sort of ego trip because they're voicing their concerns, or are they trying to fix the game? You don't make sense. And I played the game, and I'm going to show you all of the footage to just see where any of this is coming from, because the game is not actually good in its current stages, of course, and I've tried twice, 3 times, over 5 times, and I've reset the game multiple times after crashes. I have literally retried after bugs, so it's not on me for how I feel. It's about how the gameplay is currently, and as of right now, it is not good, which is basic to say. It shouldn't be that big of a deal to be like, okay, I'm playing this game, it's not very good, let me just make a video on it and showcase how bad the game is currently. They allowed content creation while I'm recording. It's hard to ignore the bugs because they're all in my face. So it's not my fault for saying that the game is currently bad. Maybe figure out how the game works and what you're supposed to do before ripping it apart. I get where this is coming from. I'm gonna read my response because I feel like my responses are pretty valid, and so are the comments, because these people are voicing their concerns and it makes sense for some. For others, it doesn't. Fair point. But mind you, I played it before recording. I played it after recording. I kept playing and I still don't like it. I get where you're coming from. But when you try to play a game over and over again and there are constant game-breaking issues and bugs, of course, anyone would get pissed off. It was hard to figure the game out with all the random crashes and other issues I kept facing. I played the game alone and didn't get it. I played the game after recording and played with friends. Now that I get it, my point still stands. It's pre-alpha, so there's not much that people can expect from it, of course. But if a game like Incursion Red River is still in pre-alpha and is in a more playable state, I'd rather just cough up to $15. Just because I don't know how to play the game at first doesn't make my opinions null and void, because I still feel the same even after knowing what I'm supposed to do. And I also want to preface all of this by saying, no, the devs did not directly send me the game. I was sent an email from them saying that they essentially had a new title that they were working on and sent me a link to their Steam page and said I could request to join the playtest, which I did. I understood that this was pre-alpha coming into this, but I didn't expect as many bugs and issues as I had faced. I expected at least something moderately playable. This is playable to a certain extent. I want to compare this game to something like Incursion Red River, which is another game that's in pre-alpha stages. If that game was as buggy and as unplayable as this one, I would say the same. Does that make me have an ego of some sort, or does that make me dishonest? No. If the game is unplayable, who would bother with the overall experience of the game? Who would bother actually trying? Incursion Red River is paid. That's the only difference between the two, but at least Incursion Red River is playable. So I decided to listen to the comments and I played it again. First I played alone and I came into it with a very open mind. This time complaining much less because it was the first game I had played of the day. I was expecting bugs 100%, but I tried to actually play the game and give it a fair chance because I felt like I didn't do that in my last video. And I will say, I wish I could have experienced what all of you are trying to talk about in the comments. More bugs, more crashes, more issues. And while I now understand the premise of the game and what I'm actually supposed to do, my opinion on it still stands. It's a buggy mess. And as of right now, it isn't very good. I'm allowed to have my opinions in the same way that all of you are. And no, I'm not calling anyone out and I'm not asking for witch hunting, but I'm asking for some logic to be present when you write a comment. Because if you all managed to have fun, let me join you and see where that fun came from. I had a better time playing on a tiny server and helping my friends figure out the game than I did when I played on a full server where there was just a bunch of random stuff going on. And for the people that think that I might be stupid because I didn't do the tutorial, the game has no built-in tutorial. You have to find the tutorial by either going to their YouTube channel or by scrolling through their Steam game page and finding it. Before I actually got into the game, all I did was read on it, saw the trailer, and I found it interesting and wanted to get in. I wasn't expecting to be dropped on my bare balls and have to shave my way through pimples to try and figure out how to play the game. My bad. Still, most games have a tutorial within the game before you get into it. This one just has some writing before you fully load in, and that's about it. Most people who play a game and can't understand what is even going on, they're gonna put it down immediately. Unless they want to actually try to like what they had in place already, which was hard for me to do because of all of the constant issues I was having. Am I wrong for that? No, I don't think so. With all of this out of the way, I'm very sure the developers understand that they have a very, very early product, and their purpose of releasing it in such a state is to receive feedback. Where I could have done better was in that department. I am not wrong for my criticism, so please don't try to make it seem that way. Because if the game is unplayable, why am I going to keep trying to play it and act as if I enjoy it just so I can appease to your feelings? What I will do is actually try to play the game, and as of the gameplay I've accrued, I still don't like it. I will not make a review on an unfinished product, but if the game is going to end up coming out for 30 plus bucks and it ended up being garbage, I will give this a bad review. And that was kind of my point of what I was saying in the video. It didn't come off that way, but that was what I was trying to say. I wasn't saying I was reviewing the game as it was. I was making a gameplay, and my overall thoughts of the gameplay was that it wasn't good. I played with 3 friends of mine, Hapless, Gold Bubble, and Nocturnal. After playing it alone to see if maybe the game was a bit better, none of us liked it. 2 of us have 4090s, Nox has a 3060, and Hapless has a 1650. And I get it. This game doesn't even have actual like minimum spec requirements. We are practically at the upper echelon, me and my friend Gold, and we still had a hard time playing it. Of course, we were playing at a constant 100 or 120, but it kept crashing. It kept having bugs, and it might not have had much bugs when we were all playing together because it was on a smaller server. But when we started joining the bigger servers, it was an awful time. And there were crashes for all of us. But the game was actually killing Hapless's PC just on the menu screen, and he ended up not even wanting to join because of how much it was taking up from his system's performance.
Oh my god, after crashing so long, I understand. Dude, it just refreshed my entire game. It just relaunched it. I didn't even get to like, it crashed and relaunched immediately.
Bruh.
Alright, I'm done with this. That was my review. This sucked.
Oh my god. Is the game currently open?
It was. I just
closed
closed
it. Oh, you have
it.
9590. What, an i5 9300? Are you using a laptop?
Yeah.
What is your graphics card?
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
1650. Okay, that means that it's probably not going to run for people that are using a 1650. That's great. That's good to know.
So it's not even a bad graphic.
And it's not. It's not. It's not at all.
It's not even a bad
Go to
graphic.
Striden server 3.
Okay, so I'm using a 4090. I'm using a 4090 and crashing, and people are using a 1650 and can't even open it. Tell me how this game is good. Nox was able to play it just like us and also ended up crashing. So if I'm wrong that the game is bad as of its current state, I wish we get another game that's in a pre-alpha state that's actually playable and fun for everyone instead of just fun for a few, so you guys can understand the point I'm trying to make. So let me showcase some more gameplay if you think I'm wrong. What did I die from? The grenade outside? Really? Oh, the Sten gun outside. What am I missing? Have any of you actually played the game before you made your comment? Me saying that the game is clearly bad. Okay, I'm showcasing that the game is clearly bad. Hello? Jeez. Is this good to you? Like, do you have no problems with this game? Or am I the only one having these issues? Gotta grab these food items real quick. How do I eat? Keep forgetting. There's one coming. Oh. Go, go! What are you looking at me for? Oh, shoot. It's F. And then I have to... Why did it drop it? Where did it go? Alright, I have this at least. It's not letting me... Am I pressing the wrong button? I dropped it again. Yes, I will admit that there is a good time to be had on this game, but with all of the constant bugs, it's very difficult to want to do that. And it's not my room to try and continue playing the game if I don't like it. And if you don't like when people complain in a YouTube video about it, how else are you expecting anything to be fixed? How else are you expecting anything to improve if you're not allowing people to do that? As per the comments saying, don't complain about playing games, bro. It's a bad look. To be honest with you, consider the entire wave of the gaming genre on YouTube. Every single person does it. That means that all of us have a bad look. If I were to review that game Golem, whatever it's called, and say it's bad, am I wrong? Because that's a completely finished product and it is horrible. So I can complain about whatever I want to complain about. If you don't like it, either mute it or don't watch the video.